everyone, welcome back to v8sonline's live coverage of the Iracing.com V8 Supercar official online series. We're here for Season 2 at Laguna, Seca, proudly presented by the all-new v8sonline Superstore, Direct Clutch Services and V8 Supercars fan group. Jay Kennedy here for another season of awesome racing action, and joining me for the pre-race show tonight, Corey Slade. G'day, Corey.
Yeah, g'day, Jay, rather, and g'day, everyone. It's fantastic to be back for another season. I'll tell you what, that 1 week off was a real killer. I was ready to go again after basically Suzuka after the race that we saw there. Yeah,
it's pretty awesome to be back, and I'm looking forward to an awesome season. It should be great.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some fantastic tracks, and it kicks off all at Laguna Seca, which is definitely one of the probably one of the better tracks in the world, definitely for sure.
Now, fingers crossed. I believe we might have Mitch McLeod in for the hot lap tonight. Mitch McLeod.
G'day guys, it's been a while.
Been way too long, mate. Pressure's back on again this season, though, from us.
Yeah, I reckon. It's been a little while since I've been so far up the front of the grid, so it feels quite special to have an invite to come and do the hot lap.
Well, you are special, mate, so I'll leave that alone.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll pay for that later. I've lost my train of thought. Few big changes for you in the off season, Mitch. Left Tats Racing.
Yeah, it was a bit of a decision on my behalf because I didn't have the motivation to do the full-time stuff and just keep practicing non-stop, and got out of it and decided that it might be a good opportunity to promote my own business that I've just started. So thought I'd give it a crack, and all of a sudden I've got motivation again and seem to be doing not too bad, so hopefully it continues on during the season.
Yeah, also probably one of the nicest looking liveries in the field as well. Painted that yourself, mate?
Yeah, my first crack at having a go at a paint job in Iracing, so I'm pretty happy with the reaction I've got from it.
I think it looks terrible, actually, now that I mention it.
Thanks, mate.
No worries. Now, Laguna Seca, a track obviously that you don't mind. You've won a few races here in other cars in the past, and looking forward to tonight by the looks.
Yeah, I'd hate to think how many laps I've done around here for the Intel GP series over in Germany, but completely different car, but I guess I still know the track back to front, so maybe that's my advantage this week.
I believe we've got our other co-commentator in tonight, Daniel Bryant. He's finally joined us.
Hey guys, how you going? Sorry for the bit of a late delay from me, but I'm all pumped for this one. I'm just loading up now to see what's going on.
Does that mean I can now bail and go to qualifying?
Good luck, mate. Have fun, Corey.
Cheers, guys. Have
Good
fun
luck,
with the call.
Do us
Thanks to Corey for taking over from you, Daniel.
5 seconds right there. Alright, catch you guys.
There, mate. So, sorry about that, guys. We had a few issues with Daniel getting in. Corey coming to jump and help us, but we're there now. Good start to the season. So, Mitch, running your own livery looks like a little bit of HRT inspired there.
Well, I'm a Holden man through and through, so I had to take me inspiration from somewhere.
Good to see the right colours there, Mitch. I'm proud of you, mate.
I knew you'd be proud of me, Daniel.
I'm always proud of you.
Oh no.
Bit of a love in here. I think I might have to get a separate room. These two are taking it over.
Secret
Talk us through a lap, mate.
Alright, so the key is to get a good drive off this final corner. Nice, good power down off the start. Through the gears, and it's going to get really light through this little turn 1 kink, or 1A, or whatever you want to call it. So you've got to manage that. Brake nice and deep into turn 1. But you've got to be careful because the rear can slide around really easily through here. Ease on the power real slowly. It's very easy to get wheel spin around here. Back to third for this one. Again, ease on the power. Up into fourth. Let's stay in fourth for this corner. Try and get that little red cone there. Ease on the power again. And I'll leave it in fifth up to run to this one. Go down a couple of gears. Trail brake right into the corner, and then ease on the power once again. This is a really difficult corner. You win or lose around here, so brake just under the bridge. Ease on the power. Make sure you don't get out into the sand there because you'll spin really easily. Another part of the difficult track. got to try and brake, modulate the brake over the bumps there. Nice smooth through there, put the power down into fourth, and I'll leave it in fourth around here so I can get good drive on the exit. Leave it in fourth again for this right-hander. A little bit wide, power on. There's a make or break of your lap this corner because you can very easily go in too deep and then slide it on the exit. So that's the lap of Laguna Seca.
Good lap, mate. Good lap. Not a bad time. Now, you've been the pace setter all week this week. How different is that for you actually being number one pretty much all week right up until this morning?
Pretty nerve-wracking because I was away all weekend, so I couldn't actually do any laps all weekend. So yeah, I was at my parents' house, and every time I walked inside from outside, I checked the times to see how I was going, see if I was still up the top. But it's been nice to be competitive again. So hopefully the race is a little bit better than the first one, and we can do all right.
Yeah, definitely fantastic to see you back up there. It looks like we're in for a fairly stiff competition this season around. Like looking at some of the guys, we've got a couple of old timers coming back, some old rivalries there with Michael McCabe, and Dynamic Sim Sport's going to give you a bit of a run as well. And Renz is back on hopefully for a full season, so you should be feeling fairly pumped up, Mitch.
Yeah, it might be like old times as long as I keep him behind me, but I don't know if that's going to happen. There's a lot of quick guys around now, so it's going to be one hell of a season. And if the times in qualifying it to go by, it's going to be a really close race as well.
So you're looking forward to this season? It's definitely got to be one of the hardest seasons that we're definitely going into so far, looking at the times just for Laguna.
Yeah, I'll say it's going to be, because each season it just seems to step up that little bit more, and you think you've reached the limit and you can't get any more competitive, and then a few new guys get in there, and like my new teammate, this is going to be his first season in Split 1. I don't think he's racing tonight though, but he's jumped straight out from Division 6 up to Division 2, and yeah, he's looking like he's going to be the goods. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes.
That was actually going to be my next question, talking about your new teammate Adrian Stratford. Sort of seen him around. I know his brother quite well, but I don't know Adrian as well. But he's quite a good karter and quite committed to putting in a pretty good season.
Yeah, well, used to race go-karts fairly well around Victoria. Had some really good results for his budget anyway. He wasn't exactly one of the better off kids in go-karting, and had to give that away due to financial reasons. So iRacing's his next step, and been putting in the time and the effort last season to get his iRating up, and looks like it's paying off.
He's already picked up a couple of wins already. Picked up a win in the Sunday early race and the Americas race. So your car's already had a win so far this season.
Yeah, it's already had 4 wins, and I've only done 1 race, and I crashed out before the start line. So he's not going to keep the team up at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be the top man in the team if you keep that up, Mitch. It's meant to be your team. You're meant to be at the forefront, and it's like you're getting shown up by your teammate. Might need to beat him down a few steps.
Well, I did give him a few words of encouragement. I said if he gets on the podium in the top split, I'll buy him a slab. So I think he's trying pretty hard.
Yeah, but your slab's going to be like a Carlton draft or something, isn't it?
It is Carlton draft.
I was going to say, and Mitch doesn't give up beer too easy, so...
He's going to buy him a slab that he's going to have to share 75% of.
Buy him a slab so you can come over and drink it with him. Alright, Mitch, we'll let you go and get ready for qualifying. All the best tonight, and we'll no doubt talk to you after the race.
Tweezy, have a good call.
Thanks, mate. So, Laguna Seca, one of my favourite tracks. Tough track, really, really slippery course. 3.6 k's in length, 11 turns, and it's been forever since we've been here in a V8 Supercar. It's
a brilliant track. This is the only time I'm going to be able to toot my horn about how fast I am, because I'm really not. Laguna Seca is actually the only track where I was in the top 10 on Forza Motorsports in Class B, so that's my claim to fame. But put me in any car in iRacing and I absolutely suck, but I love this track. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah,
a few nice new graphical improvements here at the track, so it actually looks really, really nice. And the thing I've struggled with this week, it's so slippery out there.
It is. It's one of those tracks, and especially once you kind of hit the come down into the to the corkscrew there, everything after that, it's probably one of the hardest corkscrews because it's so blind. You've really kind of got to guess where you're going. You hit that line, and you've got to take it perfect. It's almost like you've got to get it exactly straight to get through, and then you hit those corners, and from there it's really quite slippery. But yeah, it's a brilliant track. I think it makes for great racing. There's some really good corners. There's really good passing manoeuvres here. I think this is a really good track to kick off the season.
Yeah, I agree. It's a bit of a toss-up between a few different tracks when we were discussing the schedule, and this sort of came about with the graphical upgrades, and us along with iRacing sort of decided this might be the best track to start with out of the options we had for round one. So I think the drivers are pretty happy with the selection so far.
Yeah, definitely. All the feedback that's come in from the track selection, not to make you feel any more big-headed than you already are, Jay, but it's been fantastic. It's been absolutely fantastic. Everyone's been like, that's an awesome selection. The tracks are great. Thank God we've kicked those fuel savers. So that's either going to be flat-out racing or there's going to be pit stop strategy involved, which I'm really pumped for. I think it's going to make for... This is going to be the best season. I promise everyone out there, this is going to be the best season of V8sonline that you've seen so far. Every single season, we've kicked goals. We've made sure that it gets better and better. Us being able to pick the tracks and make sure that makes for the most exciting racing. This is going to be the best season you guys have ever seen.
And speaking of improvements, fingers crossed we might have the newest member of the V8 Supercar v8sonline team. Our new pit reporter, Reece Gardner. Reece, are you there, mate?
Yeah, I'm there. How are you?
Good, mate. You're running up and down the pit lane frantically.
Yeah, I'm your Mark Larkham now.
We're going to get you a whiteboard, mate, and a webcam.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where to go with that. I really don't. You stumped me again, Daniel.
I'm good at that. I'm really good at that.
Oh, so you're the only person that can do it as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kind of like, he's like, what the hell is that man talking about? But seriously, what do you got for us, Reece? What's happening down the pits?
Nothing much right now. I've just got teams chatting amongst themselves and waiting for the final qualifying session to start. So things are getting a little bit tense.
Now, believe for the first time you'll actually be able to give us updates on how the European drivers are doing in their qualifying session, so we won't have to guess and assume and try and work out what's happening over there.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be following at least one of the resident Euros in the V8 Supercar series, which is Rens Brookman, and I'm going to be updating you on how he's doing.
Beautiful. Sounds good, mate. I'll let you quickly catch a plane to Europe, and we'll talk to you shortly.
Warp speed.
So Reece will be joining us throughout qualifying and the race, keeping us up to date with what's happening in things that we can't quite go and find out, Dan.
Exactly. We can't be everywhere at once, but having Reece on board, we've seen him do he did a couple of race realities, and he's helped us out a little bits in there. But to have him on board as a pit lane reporter, plus giving us updates on what also is happening in second split, which is, people go, oh, it's only second split. Second split now would probably have been, if not even more intense than what we're getting in top split when we first started this. So, yep. Second split is absolutely amazing. And if we could have more broadcasters, then I'm sure we'd be broadcasting second split as well. So to have that information fed back to us on what's happening in second split, I think is absolutely fantastic. And it'll also give us a good insight into what's going to happen next season. Some of these guys coming out of second split, they're going to be in top split next season, no doubt about it.
Yep, we'll get some more info. Fingers crossed Reece will be able to give us some reports from second split tonight. We're not sure how it's going to work tonight, but Reece will give us all the info, and especially coming up into our pit stop and enduro races, he'll be able to give us all the info from all the teams behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's going to be
I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, Reece. We're happy to have you on board and happy to add this little new touch to V8sonline.
They're just waiting for qualifying pitches to start coming through. It will take a little bit longer than we have had in the past to get pitches through. A few graphical upgrades that we've seen, meaning the time it takes to bring pitches through takes a little bit longer than what we've seen, but we'll get them through as soon as we can. But qualifying so far has been very, very close. So we said when we were speaking to Mitchell McLeod before. He's been the pace setter all week. He's currently sitting now in P2 with his former Tats.com teammate, now TTR teammate Madison Down. Currently provisional pole position on 124.3. Mitch McLeod, as I said, second position, 24.4. Then Justin Ruggier, a 24.4 as well. Josh Muggleton, the new Tats.com driver. It's going to be weird seeing him in a blue car, a 24.6. Richard Hampstead, a 24.6. As with Renz Brookman, a 24.6. Don Emerson, a 24.7. Adrian Stratford, a 24.7 also. Val Riches, at 24.8. And returning full-time to the series this season, Corey Slade.
Yeah, it's good to have him back out there. I've got to be honest, I've never seen him so pumped to get back out there. And we've got a Dynamic SimSport, we've got a full squad this season as well going out there. I think there's 4 cars out on the field for the first round. We got Michael McCabe, which is awesome to see back, and obviously Mitchell McLeod's old nemesis, so that's going to be an awesome rivalry right there. Corey, who seems to have a rivalry with almost everyone, so you go and get him, Corey.
I think he has a rivalry with himself when he looks in the mirror.
Yeah, he's definitely conflicted inside. Renz Brookman, who is definitely not conflicted at all. This guy is, everyone loves Renz. I've never said anyone say anything bad about Renz. One of the cleanest drivers we know. One of the best racers that I know, and all around great guy. No one's ever come in and said, hey, that Renz guy's an idiot. So, which is good to see. I love Renz. And we've also got Matthew Barron doing a few laps. Yep. Oh, and should I not forget Mark Dean as well, getting out there. So got a pretty solid squad this year for Dynamic SimSport.
Yeah, and of course back now by the v8sonline Superstore. Of course, yep. Daniel, you've been a big part of that, so we're looking forward to seeing that all in action very, very soon, I believe.
Yeah, v8sonline Superstore. It's going to be awesome. It's all about giving back to the community, and hopefully, we're in talks now, we're going to have some supporter gear available as well, so you guys can go and actually show off your v8sonline support and hopefully support your favourite team, if not your own team. So there's a lot of guys in second and third split that have a team that's in the top split as well, so we're going to start sorting out some of that stuff real soon. But v8sonline Superstore is going to be awesome once it gets launched. But yeah, we'll have all the cool stuff there, Thrustmaster, Third Track Racer, all the great brands. So check it out once it's live. If you need anything, just hit us up on the Facebook wall. But yeah, definitely a massive thanks to everyone for all the support for v8sonline. Massive thanks to V8 Supercar Fan Group, who have a new team, ANZ Motorsport. I was quite happy to play a role in sorting out that deal, and I've never seen Justin so pumped to win a championship. So it's going to be a tough season.
We might actually see if our director can run us through and see a few different cars out there this season. There's so many different liveries out there. I've never seen any so many livery changes ever. So we've got, I believe, the new V8 Supercar Fan Group team, ANZ Motorsport. Probably one of the nicest looking cars. We've got Brad Ryan in the Lazy Man, who of course they were the V8 Supercar Fan Group Falcons. They're now the EasyWorks.com motorsport team. Definitely one of the strangest looking liveries there from Lazy Man Racing. We go to Rob Hartley, now supporting yellow as opposed to white and blue. It's very different from Sight Lighting Australia. Of course, Josh Muggleton, the biggest name change for this season. Very, very different in a blue Tats.com Falcon, but congratulations to Muggo on picking up one of the most sought after seats in Australian sim racing. New sponsorship on these cars with 6 Boost. Richard Hampstead for TTL. I believe they'll have a full 4-car field out in the race tonight as well, so it's going to be very, very close in regards to how many cars teams can actually put out there tonight.
Yeah, a lot of new cars out there, a lot of bigger teams. Bringing their best drivers into this series, which is awesome to see. The Tats deal is obviously the one that everyone talks about because most people know about the Tats deal, and it's a big one sought after. But I can say that there's some real good incentives behind this V8 Supercar Fan Group deal. So if you thought Justin was motivated last season, wait till you see him this season. He's going to be all or nothing. Justin, as much as I love all the guys at Dynamic Sim Sport, being, you know, in a partnership with that team, the guys at ANZ are so focused. Clayton's working so hard on setup, and Justin Buggier just wants this. He just wants to put a notch on his belt and say, look, I've done this, and I'm going to bring it to you, Madison. I'm going to be, you might have 6, but I'm going to get 7.
Now, got the new car number 1 back on the Tats.com Falcon, Madison Down. Currently on provisional pole position. We don't know whether he'll keep it at the end of this session, but looking at the times at the moment in this session, guys aren't really attacking the timing sheets as much as we'd expect in the final qualifying.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be hard. Like when we talk about the first race up, when we really talk about the first race up, this is the only race where they get 2 weeks to really kind of nail down their lap time. So they've had more time than what they normally have to really kind of get their setup right. Now, on top of that, there are little changes that happen to the car and whatnot. Although we haven't seen a great deal of change to the V8 Supercar this season, but you know, 2 weeks to kind of nail this track and really get yourself sorted. So you're going to see probably the closest time that you'll see for Laguna will be right now.
I think we're over a second faster than the old world records that we've seen in the past, so quite quick, the guys at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I noticed, although it's quite slippery out there, I did a couple of laps, and it was only on default set, but it felt like the car had a lot more grip, like there's a lot more mechanical grip going on. It's kind of squatted a bit more under acceleration, so you really kind of felt the power flow through instead of it just kind of wheel spinning and having to short shift. So I think we should see some really good lap times, and I think the race pace around here is going to be really good.
Yeah, I think it's the car isn't as aggressive as it was in corner exit as it has been in the past, so I think we'll see a change there. Let's go to John Emerson. Yeah, there's a slightly different look to his car this season.
Yeah, I've got to say, I'm really digging the new look. They've kind of gone back to the old TTL look with 6 boost on the side. I don't think they had the girl last season, which is good to see.
Yeah, no, the girl was there.
Oh,
he was there. Tracy was there.
You can never get rid of Tracy. How dare I even bring that up? But I've got to say that the car's looking really good this season.
I must say, I'm very, very happy to see their fake sponsors back on the car again too, with Cask.
He says they're fake. That's a real brand. Don't be bringing it down. Man, I was going to buy one of those. Completely sold me off it now.
I think at one point Cask was actually branded as the official unofficial beverage of v8sonline, because that's what someone made it up to be. So the official unofficial.
I'm actually drinking a Cask right now, so
yeah, that
you know.
that's different though. Yep. Another driver that we're seeing back in the series, Marlon McMullen, out. He's joined Powerbond Racing, so he's out there with a purple version. He'll be teammates with Rob Hartley.
Yeah, sensational to see 2 cars in the top split from Powerbond. I really like the guys at Powerbond, probably because we see them on TeamSpeak all the time. But fantastic group of guys. Marlon's really matured over the last couple of seasons. I think he's been involved for about 2 or 3 seasons now. And he's really starting to nail the art of racing in the top split. So I think Marlon could be, you know, it's not going to be too long until we see him starting to get a real competitive, and I think him working with Powerbond is really going to help him out a lot. Like these guys, as much as they like to joke around and stuff, they're still a really well structured team, and you know, have a lot of input into their setup.
Josh Muggleton crosses the line. He's actually out there. It looks like he's doing fuel numbers. Now, I actually got a little bit of a heart attack. A few guys told me after doing a couple of laps, they're going, oh no, this is going to be a fuel saving race. But I quickly told them that if they actually push on as hard as they're doing in their qualifying run, they won't have enough tyres left to even finish the race. So fuel will not be an issue tonight. Some guys might run it out just after the line, but they can run it as hard as they like for the whole 25 laps and it won't be a trouble at all. Which is, I think, the best thing that we need in this series.
When I first heard that, Jay, I was like, I'm going down to Mexico and I'm going to stone him in the street for that. But it's all good. You're safe now because it's not a fuel saver. Because I was talking to Corey about it last night. And he said it's all right. It's not a fuel saver. We'll finish with about 2 laps of fuel left. I think he said to me, which is fantastic. So you're lucky. I'm not coming down there with rocks to throw at you.
Timed it perfectly. I tried to make it as close to full fuel without going too far as possible. Now there's a new driver for ANZ Motorsport, Lee Day. Been up and coming and recently picked up by ANZ, joining the V8 Supercar fan group team for ANZ Motorsport. Very, very good to see. Dylan Carroll also will be driving in those colours, so Dylan didn't do very much racing last season, I believe. Trying to think who the other driver is for that team. Clayton Brooks, 4th driver in that team.
Yeah. Again, ANZ, now that they've teamed up with V8 Supercar fan group as well, a really full-on attack for this season from what I'm hearing from the guys. They're really going to push and put as much effort as they can into securing not only a team championship, but I think they're going, they want to take that #1 crown with Justin. So if anyone's going to do it in the team, it's going to be Justin. As much as I love you, Clayton, you're not going to win a race. But I'm sure he won't abuse me about that. He'll be like, yeah, no, you're right. But that's cool. Justin's their guy that's going to do the amazing things. Clayton with setup is absolutely amazing. The guy's mind is completely tweaked and he knows how to absolutely nail and get it perfect for Justin. And Justin probably gives some of the best input into setups as well. So if you could steal a setup off anyone, try and scab one off ANZ for any of the guys who are trying to get fast lap times in.
Don't steal them off Mitchell McLeod. I've heard that the set is quite terrible.
Sounds like Mitchell.
I think Mitchell's actually still here. Yeah, Mitchell still here. He's still out there doing some qualifying laps. Matthew Barron has a bit of a moment. Reece Gardner, you got something for us, mate?
I haven't actually got any updates on Renter's qualifying times. I've been watching him throughout the session, and he's on his own in this server, and he hasn't been able to improve on his time. In fact, he hasn't set any laps at all. Every lap I've seen him do, he's either aborted or he's had a bit of an incident on. So no update on Renz yet, but he's starting a lap, and hopefully he'll be able to finish this one. In other news, I've been checking out everyone else's team speaks, and I've heard it's mostly small talk, nothing too much to write home about, but Lazy Man Racing, I heard a little bit of debate over tyre pressures, whether to bring them up or down, and I heard the left front tyre mentioned a couple of times. So other than that, it's just small talk and a bit of a calm before the storm, so to speak.
Sure, the storm's coming. Thanks, Reece. Keep us up to date with what's happening. Thanks, mate.
Larko, that's it. We're getting him a webcam. We're getting him a whiteboard. He's going to start feeding us technical information because that guy is brilliant. I'm just going to put it out there. Reece, you're a genius. You need a whiteboard. You need a marker, and you need a webcam.
And you need one of those funny headsets with the fluffy microphone.
Oh yeah, definitely. you're spot on. We need one of those. That would look absolutely brilliant.
And
Reece,
the hat
you're probably
that
going to get a care package real soon. And then yeah, you will be Larko. No, you're going to be better than Larko. You're going to be, mate. You're going to have his job real soon because you're a genius.
Exciting times ahead for Reece.
Definitely.
News just in. Madison Down about to finish his another flying lap. We've got 4 minutes to go in this session, and I've lost the plot.
Yeah, completely. Well, actually, it's quite strange that you say about losing the plot. I was just watching John Emerson, and just before coming down to the corkscrew, I'm pretty sure I just saw birds flying. Now, you guys could probably say, yes, that's true, there's actually birds flying this as well, but I mean, if they put that much detail into this that we get birds now, that's even brilliant.
Yeah, there will be birds flying around, Daniel, don't worry. There's birds, and there's a sky as well in the sky.
Thought I might have had a bit too much cask, and might have just been like, there's birds everywhere, they're flying around my room. But no, there's actually birds in in Laguna now. Fantastic.
I've just realised why we don't invite you in to commentate very often, Daniel. I've just remembered.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm normally just at the back, but in saying that, I haven't made too many Mexican jokes towards you yet, Jay. So
from south of the border, if anyone's trying to work out what he's trying to say, I live south of the border. I'm in Victoria, and of course, New South Welshmen like to think of us as Mexicans. So that is where the joke is coming from. It's a bit of an in-joke.
Yeah, it's a bit of an insider joke there, but that's what it comes down to, except unlike real Mexicans, you actually have to pay them a fair pay rate. Not fair at all for me. Like, you ever seen a Mexican
just let it go,
work?
Daniel, let it go. We're getting hate mail again. We're always getting hate mail when you come in the commentary box there. Just checking out Brad Ryan if we can. Brad Ryan on his final attempt at a flying lap. He's almost probably the closest driver to actually improving his time at the moment. Current best lap a 1:25.1. It's at a 1:25.2.
Yeah, Brad Ryan had a fantastic end of season last season, so it'd be interesting to see the results that he's going to get this season. If he puts as much effort as he did into last season, into all this season, you know, he's definitely probably going to be one of the guys that if he gets good results, he'll be up in the, you know, the top 5 consistently.
Yeah, he put in so much effort into that race at Phillip Island. He was unlucky that he's had internet dramas right at the end, and he was on for a podium and possibly a win, and I'm pretty sure this could be Brad's breakthrough season.
Yeah, exactly, but now we're not going to get those deals from Justin Murray like we used to get, where he said he was going to run down the pits naked if Brad Ryan won Phillip Island. I never wanted Brad Ryan to win a race so much as that night, and
I think we all wanted that. This has been a very good lap from Brad.
He's looking really clean. He got out of that last corner really nicely there. So it'd be interesting to see what time he does.
24.9, that's an improvement.
Just into the 24s there.
Yeah, but he won't improve any positions. Corey, the position ahead is a 24.91. That was a 24.92, so that's almost enough to gain him a position, but a big time gain for him, so I'm sure he'll be happy with that. But that will end his run.
Yeah, there's a few guys in here that still haven't actually put down a run. Justin being one of those.
Yep,
Corey,
just starting his hot lap
not
now.
To set the world on fire. 133. John Emerson's the same. Richard Hansford. It doesn't look like these guys have really pushed too hard to actually make ends meet.
See if Justin can get that final lap, as we've seen so many times before, the final lap, see if he can get a massive improvement. Because he looks like he's the only driver out on track. As we said, he's yet to post a lap time. But he's definitely committed to getting a really, really quick time.
A bit wide there. You don't want to get those rear wheels on that dirt. It's easy to lose it.
Probably coming up to the toughest part of the track here, under the bridge, through the kink.
Definitely. This is where you're going to make or break it, right in this part of the track. About to hit the corkscrew. I think we've got the all-new cool gyro cam happening with the director there.
Whoa, that was very loose and sideways. Massive direction change. That looks pretty good.
It's definitely, you know, that corner there, that corkscrew is all faith. You're not a religious fan. You become religious after Laguna going down that corkscrew because, geez, it's scary.
You have to actually try and find a tree off in the background that you hope is the right direction to get through there.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It looks like Justin may have ended his lap. The last corner, he didn't get quite enough drive off the final corner, and that's ended it.
It's really hard to get power off that corner, trying to pick the gear that you're going to be in. Obviously, first gear, you create a lot of wheel spin, so it's probably, you know, you short shift it up, but that's the end of our qualifying session. Looks like
Mitchell McLeod will be the last driver to cross the line, and no time recorded. That doesn't really count for anything, so good work, Mitch, making us pay too much attention there. Madison Down just finishing off his last lap. I believe we've got Reese with us for an update from the European session. No, not yet. Not a massive change in this session in regards to qualifying. Brad Ryan, the only big mover, but he hasn't actually moved positions. Yeah,
exactly. It's one of those. It's actually quite strange, but I suppose there's been a lot more qualifying sessions and a lot more time to work on setup. The last season, nearly at every final qualifying session, we saw a major change happen. This is probably the first time in a long time that we actually haven't seen someone make a massive move in their qualifying. But we'll see what Reese says. Maybe Renz has managed to pull a lap together and bump a couple of spots.
Unfortunately, no. I was taking a look at him as he was going around the circuit, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to improve on his time. The lap he set was a 24.867, which is not an improvement on the 24.638 that he set before. So, unfortunately, no improvement there for Renz. But yeah, everywhere else around the pits, people are mostly stressing over screwed up qualifying laps and complaining about the handling of the car. So that's all I've got to say.
That sounds like a driver.
Yep.
Probably about 45 of them that I know. They all sound the same. Mitchell McLeod, are you complaining about that too?
Yeah, my team owner / engineer has not done a very good job. I couldn't improve on my time then, so I'm going to have a few words with him in a minute.
So
aren't you the owner and engineer yourself?
Yeah.
Going to look in the mirror? Yep.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those conversations.
Have a cigarette and have a conversation with myself.
First rule of Ford Motorsports is that no one actually talks about Ford Motorsports.
That's the one rule. The results for that session on screen: Mitchell McLeod fastest in the session, a 1:24.7. Brad Ryan did improve his time, did improve his position though, 1:24.9. Lee Day and Tony Autridge also put down pretty good laps, 1:25.4, which is around about where we'll see the very, very fast race pace. Madison Down and Josh Muggleton. Then Mark Dean, Leighton Fine, Dylan Carroll and Marlon McMullen, the top 10 in that session, but nothing major in that session, which is quite surprising. We might quickly take our break before we get into the race. You're watching V8 Online's live coverage of the Iracing.com official V8 Supercar Series, presented by V8's Online Superstore, Direct Clutch Services, and V8 Supercars Fan Group.